Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Alisya binti Jaslan. I am from SMK Kasturi. My school code is MEA0099. Today, I want to dive into a suspenseful and eerie story that blends into a mystery, horror, and a touch of science fiction, and that is my favorite book, Into the Pit, by Scott Cawthon. This book is a part of Five Nights at Freddy Fright series. But even if you're not familiar with the games, it still works as a standalone story. With that said, fans of the franchise will definitely pick up on some deeper connections and hidden details. Well, let's get started with the basics. The story follows a young boy named Oswald. He's having a pretty boring summer. He has no friends to hang out with, a struggling family situation, and a town that feels stuck in time. He finds a way to escape by visiting a local pizzeria that's long past its prime. He goes inside, and there's an old ball pit. And this is where things get strange. One day, Oswald climbs into the ball pit, and instead of just playing around like usual, he finds himself transported back in time. But this isn't a fun thing or nostalgic trip. The past he enters is dark, more dangerous, and hiding something deeply disturbing. Well, without giving you guys too much spoilers, Oswald then discovers something is very wrong with this version of pizzeria. The cheerful surface masks in sinister presence, and the deeper he explores, the more terrifying it becomes. Eventually, the line between the past and present began to blur, and Oswald must figure out on how to escape before it's too late. Now, let's talk about what makes this book stand out. Firstly, I think it's the atmosphere. Scott Cawthon did a very great job of building the tension. The setting feels claustrophobic, and especially as the story progresses, we can feel the Oswald's fear growing each chapter. Next, the pacing. The story moves quickly, which makes it perfect for a short read. There's a little filler in the scene, pushes the plot forward or adds the mystery. This keeps reader engaged and makes it hard to put the book down. Another strong point is the concept itself. The idea of the ball pit acting as a gateway to the past is creative and unexpected. It adds a science fiction twist to what might otherwise be a straightforward horror story. Not as something exciting, but as something dangerous, makes the whole story feels more intense. However, the book isn't without its flaws. One issue is character depth. While Oswald is relatable, especially in the beginning, some of the side character feels underdeveloped. We don't get to know them very well, which can make some certain moments feel less impactful than they could have been. Additionally, because of the story is relatively short, some plot points feel rushed. There are more moments where you wish for a bit more explanation or build-up. At the end, in particular, may leave some readers with questions. With that said, the ambiguity can also be seen as strength. It leaves room for interpretation and adds to the unsettling tones of the story. Well, in terms of themes, Into the Pit touches on loneliness, curiosity, and the consequences of digging too deep into things we don't fully understand. Oswald's desire to escape his boring reality lets him into something far more dangerous which a reminder for all of us that not all escapes are safe. So, who do you think will enjoy this book? If you like a short horror story with a mysterious twist, this is definitely worth checking out. Especially appealing to younger readers or fans of Five Nights at Freddy's universe. But even if you're new to the series, the story is still accessible and engaging enough to stand out on its own. For me, I personally give it around 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid, enjoyable read with just enough scares to keep you hooked. Well, that's all for this review. I hope this review will make you want to read this book, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Well, that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum and goodbye everyone.